As we just saw from Rachel, lots of trouble spots on the roads this morning. And you see that sign when you're driving on the highway, don't crowd the plow. Unfortunately, people have been doing that out there. Joined now for the second time this week by Joseph Giulietti, the Commissioner of the Connecticut State Department of Transportation. Commissioner, good morning. How are you today?
Very good, Tim. How are you doing today?
Doing well. I want to ask you first and foremost, we did get that report from the state police that one of your plows got rear-ended by a car. What can you tell us about what happened?
You know, this is unfortunately all too common, both with the last storm and this storm, that people follow the clouds too closely. They get frustrated because the plows can only really go along at about 40 miles an hour when they're clearing the snow. So they attempt to either go around it or they're coming up on it so fast that they don't leave enough room and they end up slamming into the back of the plow. And I wish that this was an uncommon situation, but unfortunately, with the way people are driving, it has become more common. So that's why we're constantly going out with the messages about when you know it's snowing, when you know there's ice, please slow down and give room to the plows. So, yes, another unfortunate incident for us.
And on times when there's only, say, on a 3-lane highway, but only plows in the middle and right lane, so that left lane is open, that happens sometimes. Is it still inappropriate for cars to try to pass the plows?
Always, okay, because the truth of the matter is we try to get, and even when you only see 2 plows out there, depending on the location they're at, some of the plows have the ability to do up to 3 lanes at a time. They have extensions that go out. So that's why I'm saying you don't go around it, because even if it looks like the plow is just in that lane, it can be doing more than 1 lane at a time. And the other end of it is, obviously, it's safer behind the plow than it is in front of the plow. And with a storm like this, you can definitely see it. As you're watching your cameras there, you know that it's coming down heavier than anticipated. We were looking at it being tough at 1 inch an hour. We've gotten up to 2 inches an hour and much heavier accumulations throughout the state that we're dealing with.
That was going to be my next question. What snowfall rate is the point at which plows can't really keep up? I mean, I don't know if keep up's the right word. Of course, anything they can do is better than nothing. But does it start becoming more of a problem at 1 inch an hour, 2 inches an hour?
1 inch an hour is about the limit that, we say that we're able to keep up with the storm. It's difficult, but we keep up. And again, it also depends on how many of the plows we have out there. Earlier I was telling you about the fact that we had a lot of people that were out. A good number of them came back, but another 20 or 30 went out. But the good news this morning is that between our contractors and the DOT, 621 DOT trucks out there, 153 contractor trucks, so we have 774 trucks out there. But, what goes on is as they make the pass, and then you'll always hear, oh, I didn't see a truck. But yes, we've already hit all the highways. We're into our second and third passes on the highways, and each pass is going to take anywhere from an hour to 3 because you've got to go back, you got to go get more salt, you got to get back out onto the road, and there's 11,000 miles of road that we maintain.
Yes, and you know what, Commissioner, as you were saying that for the first time, we're starting to see some of these highways from the traffic cameras showing blacktop again. That was not the case 2 hours ago. So at least in some parts, despite an inch or more an hour, they are keeping up. Thank you for taking the time to check in with us. We do appreciate the time.
And I thank you, and please tell everybody, pay attention, too, on both the public trans side to watch whether or not there's closures or slowdowns, as we're experiencing some of that as well on both our bus and rail side as well.
Okay, thank you so much, Joseph Giulietti, the Commissioner of the Department of Transportation.